Hello and welcome to another episode of Wannabe Entrepreneur. Today I am recording from underneath a bath towel. Yes, I am still in Berlin and I normally record in the bathroom, and I realized that the sound was not the best, was a bit echoey, and if you can hear this sound in the background is the cat, my friend's cat, and before she was just trying to understand what was this human doing underneath the towel. So she was very, very confused. But yeah, I hope that the sound is a bit better and this is worth it because I look very, very ridiculous. Yesterday was a day full of interviews. I had 2 great interviews for this podcast. More and more this podcast is becoming my side project, the next project after Changeit, or in parallel with Changeit, and it's going great. I already have about 40 listeners per day, per episode. That's great. I cannot believe that there's 40 people that like to listen to what I'm doing here every day. That's amazing. And yesterday I had an amazing conversation with Bushra. It's actually already available. It was released yesterday. I will link it in the description of this episode, so go and check it out. And I also got a conversation with a YouTuber, a sailor YouTuber that I've been following almost since the beginning. His name is Hugo, or the Sailing Frenchman, and he has now more than 100,000 subs on YouTube, and that's great. And basically, I quite often send messages on Instagram to people that I would like to interview, and most of the time I just don't get an answer. But Hugo, he just got back to me, and it was super chill, and it was a super nice conversation. And I think this is a great takeaway from Bushra's conversation yesterday, that you sometimes you have always to think, what if it happens, right? So chances are that no one will answer, like it happened with most of the other Instagrammers or YouTubers. But this time it did, and it takes one person to accept it, to be a success, to achieve your goal. So that's something that I definitely subscribe, and I think it's a great takeaway from yesterday's conversation. Have a more positive mindset, and ask yourself, instead of asking what if it doesn't work, ask the opposite. What if it works? What if it works? And I think that's a great mindset for an entrepreneur, and it's actually necessary for an entrepreneur. Besides that, Changeit. I told you that every time I release, I get my expectations high, and then once those expectations are not met, I get sad, and that's basically what happened. I was super hoping that this new release, I don't know why I was hoping, but I don't know, every time I think that, okay, this will be a game changer. And I'm now in my feedback cycle. I shared the app on Reddit. I got I think 100 people coming to the website, a bunch of new downloads, so it was actually quite good. But I didn't see the needle changing too much in the metrics I'm following, and I really don't know what to do, to be honest. I don't know if I should invest on design, if I should invest in marketing, if the features are not still right there, if it's about content. I'm really, really lost. There's people still using, but there's also a lot of people removing the app. There's not a lot of people clicking the products. There's about 15 people per day opening the notifications, but this number hasn't raised, so it's roughly more or less the same. So it feels that I'm stagnated, and I don't know how to jump to the next step. And this happens with a lot of projects with me. It reaches a point where I don't know how to continue. I have to learn, but I keep on following the plan, which is getting feedback and acting on it. But it's frustrating. I don't know if it means that the app is not good enough, that it's not a big enough problem to solve, or if I just have to be patient and wait. And in that regard, is a bit frustrating. especially because I know I need to get a paycheck out of this. But yeah, it's great that I have already another project, that the podcast is going good, and it also helps me to take my mind out of the lack of success in Changeit. So that is great. If you are a Changeit user and you have some feedback, please follow me on TiagoRBF on Twitter and send the feedback to me. And the same for this podcast. If you have any feedback or questions, follow me on TiagoRBF on Twitter and let me know. I will also add the link on the description of this episode. Besides that, today my country, Portugal, is playing against France. I really hope that we win. I want to see Portugal in the next phase. It's going to be really tough though. France is an extremely great team. So, well, let's see. Sometimes things happen. What if we win, right? What if we win? Right. That was it for today's episode. I hope you're great. See you tomorrow.